I'm going to say Northern Ireland probably edged this by a goal.
And who would you say would be the players to watch within this game?
Certainly Patrick Cumiskey for Northern Ireland. Young, I think scored a hat-trick in his first international game in the Europeans in 2019. I think Scotland's captain in goals, Colin Shields, is going to be huge for them in keeping Northern Ireland out, but possibly also keeping the play going.
We're just underway here. A bit of an edgy start. Scotland getting a free for a contact foul. Probably because it's so early, the referee letting that one slide. Ball played into the box there. Challenge. And it goes out for a sideline. So Northern Ireland will be looking to get off to a positive start to keep that momentum up from the first game. And it's going to be Cumiskey with the kick in now. And he is challenging with Galloway, and again it's gone out for a sideline. Some contact there, referee letting it go, and it's a good tussle there with Mitchelson and Cumiskey driving each other down the court, coming out here now to the near side, still in play. Oh, that's a great turn by Mitchelson. Played it up the line and it's gone for a corner. That's a good positive start by Scotland. McCall winning the corner there. So we'll just see what way they set up. Northern Ireland adopting the L shape from the corner to try and stop the ball going across the box. Jason Brown in there just at the top of the box, trying to also cut off an angle that they have. Here comes the ball in. Oh, it's gone right across. Oh, that is a great save by Hillen. Followed the ball well across the box, and Northern Ireland escape.
It's a really good play by. That's a really good play by Scott there. It takes a lot of discipline to sit deep like that in the L, to get your timing right, to make sure you're not letting the ball go in the middle, to take a shot through the middle, following the ball across and making sure the angles are cut off. And which is really interesting to start here. Mitchelson, Scotland, matching the power of Northern Ireland in the tackle, something which Northern Ireland at both club and international level have developed really well in the last couple of years, and it's really good to see that Scotland are a match for that.
Strange ball back by Mitchelson there. Normally the ball's put in the box. That looked a bit of a heavy contact, but referee Robbie weren't happy enough to allow it. It's Browning challenging there with the goalkeeper Colin Shields. Browning trying to drive him around. Shields holding his position, taking the ball in with the guard. Ball squirts out, and it's across to Galloway. It's Galloway now challenging with Hillens. Galloway seemed to be winning that battle, and out off Galloway for a sideline. It's played down the line, crossed by Cumiskey, cut out, and Hillen going back with the ball, very sensibly puts it out for a sideline. Patrick, this having the goalkeepers playing almost like fly keepers seems to be coming more and more into the sport, and more keepers seem to like venturing out of their protected areas.
Yeah, I suppose it's something certainly the English national team have mastered, and I think probably part of it, is just keeping your goalkeeper higher by meeting the ball higher up the pitch. You're keeping the ball away from your own goal and avoiding the risk of 2-on-1s or direct free kicks around the box, which are probably the best way to score a goal in power soccer. So by keeping your goalkeepers up high, it keeps the ball away from your goals. So I suppose the question is for a lot of teams is how well can you use the goalkeeper in building up your own play.
And it does. It gives a different dimension. Northern Ireland trying to get a bit of a foothold in the game. Scotland have obviously got a very quick start and are essentially a very high press and trying to make Northern Ireland play faster. Whether they can take advantage of this sideline. It's down the line to Browning, ball across, put out by Shields, comes back to Browning, spins back out, again blocked well by Scotland on the edge of the area, which is good, blocked by Galloway, and again it's gone out for a sideline. Browning again taking sideline. Is he going to try and put it in the gap or play back? and it's back to the goalkeeper McKinney, and then down the line, and Browning couldn't keep it in, and the ball goes out for a goal kick. So just about 5 minutes gone here. It's still 0-0. Neither keeper really called into action as of yet. Shields now with the goal kick for Scotland, and that's across to Mitchelson, driving up the court. It's a good battle. It's good jockeying by Comiskey, and the ball goes out for a sideline.
There's really is some great physicality out there between the chairs and the tackling. Love to see it. We love to see good open play as well, but there's something being up and close next to chairs really bashing off each other can be quite entertaining to watch as well.
And again, Mitchelson, Patrick, you did kind of say at the start he'd be a strong player for Scotland, and thus so it is proving that he's having a good battle going from one side of the court to the other, but Northern Ireland for their part are getting back in their shape and really neutralising that threat that he is posing in the early stages.
Yeah, he's trying to force the game. He's trying to force the ball up the field. He's doing a good job of that. But Northern Ireland, at a club level even, the players are extremely disciplined. They're not going to usually make mistakes. They're not going to get too nervous. Maybe we saw one bit of nerves in the first game against Ireland that led to them conceding a goal, but I don't expect that to be the case here in this game at all. I think Northern Ireland will have really well set up. They'll be hard to break down. This feels like it's going to be a real game of nerves that, whether it's a sideline or a bit of open play, it's going to come down to maybe somebody just making an unnatural mistake or making one very minor error that could lead to a goal and could be all the difference.
And generally with their sidelines, it's Mitchelson taking them all, puts the ball back in the middle, intercepted by Comiskey, challenging again with Mitchelson. Comiskey drives around, good skill, driving into the box, Shields covers the near post. Comiskey trying to flick it across, well covered by Mitchelson. It comes up to Hilland now driving down the floor with Mitchelson. And Mitchelson very, very astute there, playing the ball out, getting Scotland back up out of the danger area and back up into the Northern Irish half. So Mitchelson again with the kick in.
You can see Northern Ireland are very far off the ball. They're really just cutting out all the passing options. They're not going to give Scotland a chance to get any sort of movement going on the ball, but it means they probably will surrender some territory.
They are giving them a lot of space, but that can also be to the detriment if you give a lot of space to put the ball in behind Comiskey, driving down the floor of Middleton. I thought he got by him, but stayed with him. Back over to Browning, and it's deflected. Scotland have a chance to attack here now, and the ball is just a little bit slow. Comiskey comes back, has to pull out. Hilland drives into the challenge, and again, what's great to see in this game is Patrick, referees letting it go and trying to keep the game moving, and there's a couple of heavy contacts on the ball, but again, great to see that the referee is letting the game move.
Yeah, and look, it's a contact sport. Just because there's contact doesn't mean necessarily it's going to be a foul. If a chair makes contact with another chair, obviously a 2-on-1 there again. But if you make contact with an opponent's chair outside of the front guard area, then it's going to be a free. If there's contact between chairs, but it's more aggressive and it's up against the ball, it's going to be at the discretion of the referee, and so far he's letting a lot of that go. Okay,
so it's a 2-on-1. So for anyone new at power chair football, the opposing team can't have two players within 3 metres of an attacking player. Hilland with the free. Aim towards Browning. Well intercepted by Mitchelson. It was a little bit telegraphed, the angle of the chair. And Robbie Byrne is giving another 2-on-1. Again, these are the little errors that will cost Scotland, because the 9 out of 10 in power chair football, the goal will come from set pieces, and it's a great attacking platform. Hilland now to swing it over. This is an indirect free, so it can't be directly scored without touching a different player before it goes in. Hilland with the ball across, intercepted by Shields. Hilland comes back out, stops the ball dead. Over to Comiskey, back to Hilland. Hilland, with the shot, great save by Mitchelson. And that was unlucky by Hilland. Played it across, and Scotland trying to get out. Mitchelson knocking it up the floor. That's 2-on-1, yeah. And again, Robbie Byrne trying to let the game go, but at that point in time they were too close together and had to give the free. So a bit of respite for Scotland. It's Mitchelson now. We seem to be a little bit confused here. We thought it was a 2-on-1 for Scotland, but Robbie Byrne has given it to Northern Ireland. A deadline to Browning from Hilland, saved by Shields and out for sideline. And it's Shields and Mitchelson in the wall for Scotland, and Shields intercepts that. And again, it's another 2-on-1. Really, Patrick, these errors, and they're silly errors, and one of these is going to cost the Scottish dearly.
Yeah, well, it looks like it's going to be a refereeing error, I think, because we don't have action replay, but all this period of pressure now has come from a 2-on-1 call that it seems like Robbie got wrong. He got it right there just as Shields came out of the goals, but I think earlier that piece of play there was a mistake made.
And that was a direct shot, so because it did hit an opposing player, if it had gone in, the goal would have counted. Browning tried to swing it over. McConnell again in the way, ball bounced on the back of the chair. Mitchell swings away. That seemed a bit excessive. Byrne lets it go. Hillen now driving Mitchell in. Shields comes out to close off the angle, and the ball is still in. It's gone for a corner now. Mitchelson having a great game so far for Scotland. Just about 11 and a half minutes gone here, and it is still 0-0 between Scotland and Northern Ireland. It is Northern Ireland with the corner, and again Scotland choosing to adopt the L shape for the corner with Shields on the post and Mitchelson acting as defender. It's going to be Comiskey to swing the ball in from the left hand side. You've got Hillen waiting at the top of the box, and here comes Comiskey with the kick over to Hillen. Again Mitchelson really well anticipated, got up there, didn't give Hillen a chance to swing. Both jockeying for position. Hillen plays off the back of his chair. Again, driving across the box. Shield on the edge of the box. Hillen trying to drive him around. Flicks it off the front of his chair. Hillen swings it again back in. Shields again deflecting the ball out of danger. Again, Hillen's waiting to see what he's going to do. Plays it across the goal. And intercepted by Scotland. Browning now comes in. Surely that's a 2-on-1. No, referee lets it go. Ball squirts out to Comiskey now against Mitchelson. Over comes Shields, closing off the angle. Oh, Mitchelson again superb, and that's another 2-on-1. But this time it's respite for Scotland. They've had the last 4 or 5 minutes pinned into their own box, so they'll be glad to be accepting of the 2-on-1 to get them up the pitch.
Yeah, they'll probably be glad of just a moment's break here as well. It's been very intensive the last minute or two, and they're doing a great job. Mitchelson, Shields keeping things covered. Galloway, I think, could maybe get a bit closer to the box sometimes, help cover that space, but I think he's maybe taken 1 or 2 hits early in tackles earlier in the game, and maybe doesn't want to have that happen again, but maybe a chance now.
Oh, that's a lot of contact. There could have been a couple of different frees given there, Patrick. There was no ball near a couple of those ones.
Yeah, look, it's a bit of rough and tumble in the game. Look, some teams are going to choose to be a little more aggressive. Northern Ireland clearly are. They're not going to complain. I think conceding a free like that, but happy to slow the game down and break it up.
Unlucky there, Mitchelson trying to play it over to Galloway, intercepted by Brown, and Galloway now flicks it across. Comiskey in position again. Mitchelson there to help and to slow down Comiskey. Again, Comiskey turns him around and drives him around, and Mitchelson gets back around the right side. That's really good defending by Mitchelson. It looked like Comiskey had the upper hand there, and it is going to be a kick in to Scotland. Well done to Mitchelson. That was really good defending, because he looked like he'd lost out a couple of times there and managed to get back. So it's Mitchelson with the kick in, and he plays it right across, intercepted again by Comiskey, but he couldn't control it, and the ball goes out on the far side for another kick in to the Scottish. Again, Mitchelson taking the kick in, trying to play it up the middle and intercepted, and it's 2-on-1, and it is a correct call by the referee. Northern Ireland a little bit quick off the draw there, giving away a silly 2-on-1 in the middle, gives Scotland now an attacking platform with Mitchelson again to take it. Probably going to play it down the side, which he does, flicks it over to Galloway with the shot, and easily dealt with by the Northern Ireland defence. It's Browning and Galloway, and it goes out for a Northern Ireland kick in.
I think just going back to that situation there, the free, the 2-on-1 Scotland had in the middle, you might like to see the goalkeeper come up and take that and have an extra man, have Logan Mitchelson available to receive the ball rather than taking it, and then you have an extra man advantage. But something we might see Northern Ireland do actually if they get the chance. But Scotland, here they come again.
And again, it's that man Mitchelson who's really at the driving heart of the team, challenging Comiskey. Oh, Comiskey spins him around, flicks the ball off the back of his chair. And again, it is a 2-on-1, so it's a free now to Northern Ireland to be taken by Hilland. So we'll just try and figure out which side he is going to go here. It looks like he's going to swing the ball to Browning with the look of the angle of his chair. Or is he going to switch to Comiskey?
Always a good idea to go across. Always a good idea to go across, open up, get the ball moving, open up the angles.
And it's going to be another 2-on-1. And Patrick, this is something at half time the Scottish management team are going to have to address, because that's about 8 or 9 2-on-1s in a similar space.
It is, yeah, and in a similar space on the pitch, outside the box, which is where you don't want to be conceding that. Especially Scotland are gifting a bit of space at the top of the box, giving Northern Ireland the opportunity to move the ball a bit and create chances and get shots in like that. So they could do a tightening up a little bit.
And the actual free didn't work out well. Hilland's free bounced off Comiskey's chair. They recycled it well for Browning, and again it is another 2-on-1. Again, this one isn't as central, a little bit further out, but again it's a lack of communication between the Scottish players, and as Patrick alluded to earlier, McKinney taking the free now for Northern Ireland. Browning lets it flick off his chair, but it rolls harmlessly out for a goal kick. About 17 and a half minutes here, and it's still 0-0. McKinney in the Northern Ireland goal has been a mere spectator, which is great when you're a goalkeeper, that you've very little to do, and Shields and Mitchelson have had an awful lot to do, but they've repelled all the attacks so far, so they will be pretty pleased about that. It is Colin Shields now with the goal kick. Little tap over to Mitchelson, closed down by Comiskey, guard on guard, and he's given a free in. Yeah.
Well, Mitchelson, he made contact with some of the guard of Comiskey, but he also kind of hit around the wheel area, which isn't a legal area to make contact with, so I think the direct free was the right call there by the referee. And
that was a poor free. Didn't connect with it. And like the difference with that is that's a direct free, and you can shoot from that, but a really poor contact, and it almost gives Scotland the get out of jail free card in that. So it's Mitchelson now with the kick in.
Doesn't really have any option. There doesn't really seem to be any option to pass to here. Maybe he can only go down the channel, hope that his teammates block the ball through. That's always dangerous to spin kick from deep, because you have less control over where that ball's going to go. Harder to react. But again, looks okay. Oh, I'm surprised he touched that.
It looked like that was going to roll out for a goal kick. He probably didn't need to touch that, and he's invited pressure, so it's going to be Comiskey with the corner from the left hand side, Hilland sitting on the top of the box, and Browning over the far side. Flicked over to Browning, doesn't connect. Oh, Shields puts it into Mitchelson, who deflects it out. Browning tried to swing it across, played it back to Shields. Oh, just couldn't get the spin right. And Scotland here now finally get out of their box. And it's McCole leading the charge up the floor against Hilland. Taking it into the corner. Hilland spins the ball back off his chair. Shields flicks it up back to McCole and intercepted by Hilland. Shields there to close him down. Ball still in play here. Still in play. it's Hilland and Shields, and it is now a kick into Northern Ireland, so Scotland will set up the wall. Can Northern Ireland get a goal before the half time that their play richly deserves? It's Browning with the kick in. It's back to McKinney, back to Browning. Browning mistimed his spin and right on the stroke of half time, and the goalkeepers, and we are going to be underway momentarily. And there we go, it's Comiskey with the kick in to start the game. Plays it up into the corner and it rolls out for a sideline. Actually, not a bad tactic because it boxes the Scottish in straight away and gets them up the pitch. And it is going to be Mitchelson with the kick in for Scotland in the second half. It's Galloway going back, tips it into Mitchelson to let him drive it out. Comiskey challenges Mitchelson on the edge of the box, trying to drive him around. You see Shields there just shadowing him there. It's Comiskey now trying to drive around Mitchelson, tries to flick it across to Browning. Browning back to Hilland. Hilland tries to play it across, well intercepted by Mitchelson. Mitchelson now has the ball inside of his guard into Galloway. Galloway flicks it to the middle. Again, Scotland giving the ball away. Browning now challenging Galloway. Galloway seems to be getting the upper hand. Browning trying to get the ball around his chair and does just that, but the ball rolls out for a goal kick. So Scotland again giving the ball away, inviting pressure on. Luckily enough, again Northern Ireland not able to make a count. So it is Shields with the goal kick here for Scotland. Going to play it short to Mitchelson. Mitchelson tries to set the ball inside guard, intercepted by Comiskey. Comiskey tries to drive him around. Mitchelson, Comiskey driving across, and that's going to be a free, into the back of his chair. And again, Northern Ireland have a great platform. Patrick, again, same pattern as the first half. Scotland making silly errors.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, it's a great ball over to Browning. It's a back. Not sure who meant that, but Scott is not able to follow up exactly the way he wants. That's kind of been a pattern in the game. Both teams now and again setting up a good. Scott just take matters into his own hands.
It's Hillen trying to swing it back in. Mitchelson again, back down to Comiskey on the edge of the box. Oh, he's given a corner. Patrick, that did seem like a bit excessive there.
That probably should be a free. You're spinning into the ball. It's following through almost onto a player. And that's probably a free.
And it was we heard it over here, and we're the opposite side of the court. So surprised that the officials given a corner to Northern Ireland. It's Browning with the corner. And try to play it over to Hillen. Hillen with the shot, great save by Shields, and it's both into the post, and the ball goes out for another corner. So will they adopt the same type of corner again, or will they mix it up? Again, this pressure at some point you do feel will tell for Northern Ireland, because they have been probing and prodding. Browning with the ball across in on top of Shields and Mitchelson, but Browning can't force it home. Comes out to Comiskey, and that's another free in, is it? It's just outside the box. Robbie Byrne got to talk to him. That's a couple of times that he's had a couple of fouls, and he's giving him one final warning. That's his third heavy contact, Patrick.
Yeah, and look, they're a little bit unlucky in that it's not a result of being over aggressive in a tackle. It's more you're turning, you're trying to control the ball, and that's just the way that the opponent's chair is kind of moving against yours. It's still a foul, it's still a free, and another great chance for Northern Ireland. That
seemed to be taken just before the whistle there, but referee let it go. Comiskey out driving with Mitchelson. Ball squares out, comes onto the guard of Shields. Shields against Comiskey, just making sure he doesn't get around him. It's great keeping by Shields, keeping that angle, but ball spun around, comes out to Hillen, spun around. It's Galloway, plays it down the court, out comes McKinney. What is he going to do here? Oh, that was a nice touch. McKinney taking the ball away, and now Galloway challenging Galloway, and Scotland did get a bit of respite there. Back to Mitchelson. Mitchelson trying to drive Comiskey around, and the ball goes out again. Comiskey does very well to get the kick in for Northern Ireland, and again sets them up with a platform. Browning now with the kick in. Is he going to play it up the line or across to Hilland? and he plays it into the middle. Strange choice. And you know what? It's lucky that was the case, because there was no one there to play it to. A 2-on-1 now for Scotland, and Patrick, they haven't had many of these opportunities to get an attacking platform.
No, and hopefully they take their time. Okay, they're going quick. I was going to say, it could help to take their time and really set something up, but they know what they're doing, they know what they want to achieve.
And it's Mitchelson again driving in against Comiskey. Oh, that's another heavy contact. Referee happy enough with it though that it was guard to guard, and the ball in the middle. Mitchelson trying to spin Comiskey around. Comiskey on the right side, down the right angle to stop Mitchelson progressing. Ball still in again. Seems another heavy contact on the ball, and it is a kick in for Northern Ireland. So Comiskey did really, really well to get the kick in there for them and to get them up the pitch. Across the ball to Hilland. That seemed a bit excessive again. It's odd to see the referee letting that go, because Hilland was driving into that, Patrick, rather than on an angle, so the onus was on him to slow down.
Yeah, but look, it's still kind of within the limits that the referees are willing to allow, and personally I'm all for it, to be honest.
And Scotland there, McKinney has certainly got more touch of the ball in the second half. Shields and Browning with the ball, and it's another kick in for Northern Ireland. And there is going to be a substitution here for Northern Ireland. Out goes Jason Browning, and in comes
Bartek Kuszkowski.
Thank you. In comes Bartek for Browning. So we played about just 6 minutes in the second half, and Northern Ireland again on the attack. Again, that's excessive, and this time Robbie Byrne does indeed give the foul, and there's going to be another. Oh, is he calling him over? He might. Oh, and he's now just warned Hilland that is also his last chance before a card is produced. And in fairness, the two players he's warned, they've had a couple.
They have, but I think that's a straight yellow card, to be honest. Mitchelson's fouls earlier on, as a result of sort of close quarters play. Scott very clearly wound up and spun from a long distance. He knew what he was doing. It's something he does on occasion. It's not, I suppose, an accident.
Oh, could be a goal here. Oh, he just couldn't get the contact on the ball. And Scotland, their goal is still intact somehow. It's Hilland on the ball now, being closed down by Mitchelson. Back over to Comiskey, spins in again, blocked by Mitchelson, who is really having a superb game. Again, Mitchelson on the right angle to stop Comiskey progressing. Oh, but he gets on the inside now. Shields gets spun around. The Mitchelson and Shields run into each other, trying to stop the ball crossing the line. The escape goes back to Shields. Again, hits off his back wheel. Comiskey now trying to drive it in. And again, Mitchelson very calm. Ball squared out again. Mitchelson again driving across with Comiskey. And Mitchelson does very, very well to get the ball out of the danger area. And again, Mitchelson now driving with Hilland. And again, Patrick, Scott leaving a little bit of paint on the side of the chair when he didn't need to.
Yeah, and just Scotland, I think, living on the edge a bit. They're leaving a bit of paint on each other even. See the tackle of Mitchelson on his own goalkeeper there, trying to keep the ball out. And I think Scotland, it feels like it's getting closer for Northern Ireland.
Good ball up by McKinney, in by Comiskey, blocked by Shields. Comes out to Comiskey, spins again, cleared by Mitchelson on the line again. Goes out for a kick in. For those of you new to Power football, you'll see the goalkeeper and defender make a wall to try and stop the ball crossing the in behind them for a tap in. Hilland intercepting that wall in the middle, creates the gap, but Shields does very well. Hilland backs it back over to Comiskey. And Hilland missed it. And here goes Colin Galloway with the ball across. And McKinney comes out and takes the ball around. Oh, Galloway still driving. Advantage played by Robbie Byrne. No real advantage there though, so probably Scotland would have liked the free because Northern Ireland are back in shape and they get out, so there was real no advantage. And again, Hilland probably lucky again to get away with that. Another bit of heavy contact after the ball had gone.
Well, actually, I thought that ball might have come off Mitchelson last, so contact, yes, but I think between the two chairs, and actually could have been a Northern Ireland ball, but it's one of those 50-50, so regardless, the referee's going to be right.
Can they make this count? Mitchelson with the ball in, and it has gone for a kick into Northern Ireland. It hit off Galloway and out it comes for a kick in. Northern Ireland go quickly over to Hilland. Again, Mitchelson over across to cover Scott Hilland. Mitchelson having a really, really good game. Certainly dominating the middle for Scotland and nothing getting through as of yet. Just about midway through the second half here between Northern Ireland and Scotland, and it's still 0-0. Hilland driving the ball forward. Still has it out comes Shields. And it's Hilland and Shields now. Mitchelson just dropping in behind him to make sure the angle is closed off. And it goes for a goal kick. And in fairness to Scotland, they've stood firm with all the pressure. Northern Ireland have been building and building, but as of yet to crack the back of the goal, which would be a bit worrying because they've been so dominant for such a long period of the game.
Yeah, it's kind of stalemate at the moment, and I think what's helping that is, or contributing to that, is the old school style of play here. We're very much driving the ball, taking the ball into tackle, trying to push your way up the court. At times teams are trying to open up, but we just don't have the consistency in the execution or the power in the passing and the shooting to be able to kind of fashion out really good chances. And I'd say possibly the difference in this game could be which team that one time is able to execute that little bit more consistently to get that one goal. So it's, I think it's a trend maybe across Scotland, Northern Ireland, even Republic of Ireland as well. Good teams, well organised, good knowledge of the game, but that's just that high-end execution that we see from the likes of England. It just isn't there yet. So, but if you can have that for a moment, that could be the difference between winning and losing a game.
Absolutely, and as you see there, Scotland had ventured down into the Northern Ireland half, but again, Northern Ireland deal with that comfortably and have the kick in now, and it's across to Hilland, but the communication went a bit awry there, as it was just hit straight across by Bartak and out for kicking Scotland. Mitchelson with the kick in and intercepted by Comiskey, and Comiskey again does well to drive the ball out of there, and it nearly a 2-on-1. Robbie Byrne playing the advantage as the second Scottish player got out of the vicinity of the ball. Comiskey now trying to drive Mitchelson around, and he does that. It's stuck in the middle, and they just again and again they just seem to get the final nick on the ball when you think it's just behind them. It's out to Hilland. Bit of space here for Comiskey. Is he going to wind up his in? Yes. Oh, well done by Colin Shields. Got across, covered the ball well, and it goes out for a Northern Ireland kick in. McKinney coming up, possibly to give them another option here. Is he going to take it? As opted against it, stays in his own half, and it is Comiskey now with the kick in. Back to McKinney. McKinney back up to Comiskey, and very, very astute play there by Mitchelson. Let the ball roll out. Knew there was no one going to get there, and just very astutely and coolly let the ball roll out. So it is a kick in to Scotland, taken by Colin Shields. He plays it short again to Mitchelson. Mitchelson flicks it around Comiskey, but again intercepted by Scott Hilland, and again it goes out for a kick in. The game has gone into a little bit of a lull now. It was being played at a good intensity, but it has dropped in the last couple of minutes. It is Mitchelson now with the kick in for Scotland. Plays it across to Galloway. Lovely flick by Galloway, but back to Hilland, and it's Galloway against Hilland. Hilland very easily gets around Galloway, and that is disappointing. When Scotland do get the ball in the attacking area, they can't make it stick, and the ball has gone out there on the far side for a kick in for Northern Ireland. It is hard to see if there is going to be a winner. Scotland, for their part, Patrick, just seem content with just soaking up the pressure and then trying to break quickly.
Yeah, I think maybe a little bit of fatigue coming in for these two teams as well. They both have smaller squads. All the players have played a good few minutes already, demanding games against England and Republic of Ireland, demanding first half an hour against each other up until now. So I think quite natural.
Scotland could have an attack here. Can't get away, flick it across. Oh, McKinney did very well, and again that's heavy contact. We might have a yellow card here, and indeed we do for Mitchelson. And in fairness, he had been warned. And I don't think, Patrick, if he hadn't been warned, I think that would have been given as a yellow, because it was a right out bang.
Yeah, absolutely. But look, I don't think he'll be most disappointed with that. What he will be disappointed with is that break. 2 Scottish players, a chance to get a touch on the ball, possibly be the keeper, and nothing came of it.
Oh, that was unlucky, the ball across. They just seemed to wait for the ball to come to them rather than go into that, and that was a mistake. It's Hillen with the ball, Scotland giving them space, and it's Galloway getting across to block that ball out. Comes to Comiskey. Comiskey leaves it roll out for the kick in. Up comes McKinney, and McKinney is going to take this down the line to Comiskey, which he does. Comiskey tries to flick it across, out by Galloway, comes back to Hillen. Hillen against Galloway, and Hillen has got the better of this battle so far, and it's a kick in for Northern Ireland in a dangerous position. So Scotland will set up with the wall with Mitchelson on the line and Shields in front, and it's going to be Comiskey with the kick in, probably back to McKinney, possibly. No, he's going to have a shot. Oh, it nearly got through the wall, and again Hillen misses. Scotland have a chance here now again, and again the wrong option taken.
Well, not yet. We'll just see. We'll see what McCall can do. Can he get around Kinney? Kinney, what's happened a lot of times, Sean's come out, he's gotten the ball moved, gotten the ball into an advantageous position. The trick is trying to catch him out, and then Northern Ireland can't get a second player back.
Michelson driving the ball in, and they've voted the post, ball still in play, and Hillen does very well, Patrick, to get the ball out of there. It's Hillen now with McKinney, drive up the floor, ball still in, it hasn't gone. Michelson lost the ball behind the chair, out comes Shields, blocks the ball well, slows Hillen down, and surely that's a free. Robbie Byrne has now given a free out for contact. So again, that Scottish goal leading a charmed life, as was the Northern Ireland goal momentarily. So we have about 5 minutes to go here in the second half. It's still 0-0. Can either team break the deadlock and get the valuable win, which will propel them up the table in this 4-team tournament? Again, McKinney against Comiskey, and it's still in. That the full ball wasn't out, and it has gone for a goal kick. So, as I said, the Northern Ireland will probably be the most disappointed of the two teams, given they have had so much possession, Patrick, so many dangerous frees from 2-on-1s.
Yeah, and look, from the point of view that tomorrow and making either the first place play of the final or third place play of Northern Ireland will feel they have to get a win here, because they've drawn with the Republic of Ireland. They don't know yet how the Republic of Ireland will fare against Scotland, or how both teams will fare against England. So you don't want a situation where it might come down to goal difference. You want to make sure that, or if it does come down to goal difference, you want to make sure it comes down to goal difference, because you've both beaten Scotland and drawn with each other. So it's, yeah, they really could do with the win here and a goal or two if they could add to that as well.
And again, McKinney driving up the floor, and that should be a throw to Scotland. Yes, and indeed it is. So at this point in the game, you would fear neither team wants to make a mistake. So do they both accept the point, or do they both go for it in the last couple of minutes? It's Mitchelson now with the kick in for a Scotland ball, goes across, and it's a Scotland ball. No.
Linesman, this. Oh man, okay.
That definitely took a flick off the back of the chair. We could see it from where we were. And now that looked like a harsh 2-on-1. So was he trying to rectify the mistake of not giving Scotland the kick in?
Well, look, either way, it wasn't the referee's responsibility. It was the linesman's responsibility on this side to flag for that sideline. But look, either way, maybe justice is done.
Mitchelson with the kick in, and that was unlucky by Galloway, deflected out for the corner. And I said at half time, Patrick, to you off air, Scotland will get one chance, and that probably was their one good chance, because they haven't really got the ball in. They haven't really been in that position where they've got a decent attack, and Northern Ireland get out easy there. McKinney with the kick in. Oh God! Oh, that's a bad hit. And again, no surprise, even if Hilland hadn't have been warned, that definitely, Patrick, would have been a yellow all by itself.
Yeah, look, it's reckless, and it's something that seems like Scott was almost protesting, which is ridiculous. But look, here maybe this is going to be the chance for Scotland that we spoke about. Look, there's unfortunately just an example maybe of this game that teams getting chances and just not executing really to the level that they need in order to be able to get a goal.
And we are just on full time here now, so it is now at the discretion of Robbie Byrne. Here comes Scotland, back to McConnell, and Scotland get out. Scott Hilland breaks. Northern Ireland have a 2-on-1 here. Scotland trying to filter back. Shield trying to cover the angle. Can Northern Ireland do it with a couple of seconds to go? And it was a really bad ball across by Hilland, and the impetus in the attack is gone, and Scotland again get away with it. And there goes the full time whistle. A draw.